Right, evening all. This is Chris with Rose Ironworks. Bit of a quick video tonight. It's Sunday night, nice and cold outside in lockdown land in the UK. So I thought I'd give everyone a bit of a look through one of the latest purchases I've done for the company, which is my Kempe Mini Arc Meg. One of the reasons I bought this is purely because of portability. My main big workshop machine, that's down nestling under the bench, and it's a bit of a beast to move around for small jobs, so I decided to go for this one over a couple of the other options. So obviously we all know there's a few other manufacturers that do similar machines, but this one is pretty much what I thought I would want to use for what I need. It got its baptism of fire last week on a fire exit repair job. Some of you may have seen some pictures of that if you follow me on Instagram at Rose Ironworks UK. There we go. Proved good to be that. And yeah, it's a great machine. I do like Kempe products. They are expensive. A lot of stuff is, and they do use some kind of weird differences to a lot of standard kit. We might as well start at the business end of the world. So the torch uses, it's, I suppose, in a Binzel world, it's MB15 size, with 8mm threaded tips, standard tip, and the shroud, it's about MB15 size, slightly different shape. It's got a bit of a knurling on it as well. As you can see, she's hardly done any hours yet. Still nice and clean. There's a bit of dross. Oh, I've just woken her up. There we go. You can hear the fan starting up. It's quite a bit of a turbojet fan, that. It's not bad. I'll just press the trigger there to messing around, but yeah. So anyway, as she seems to have woken up a bit, I better give her a bit of a poke and talk more about her. Torch is really nice. It's got a good swivel joint on it. Very light, very small. It's obviously got a section on the top here which is for additional switches and things, which would be used for other Kempe machines. I haven't done any research into that yet, but we'll see. Just going to clip that wire off, sticking out a bit now. I've currently got it loaded with bog standard 0.8 wire, but in mild steel. So that's the torch. Torch is 3 meters long, which is a decent length for most things. Fairly good flexible outer sheath on it, and I'm just going to keep clipping that off because it keeps squirting out. This machine, as you can see, doesn't use the Euro style connector, Euro torch connector. It's permanently attached, which is a weight saving and a compactness gain. Earthing clamp, workpiece, electrode, work clamp, earth clamp is really good. It's a proper decent size clamp. Opens to about 50 or 60 mil, something like that. If you give it a proper squeeze, you could probably get 70 to 80 out of it. Well terminated by Kempe at the factory, decent size bolt, and good. You can see in there it's got good surrounding copper braid on there and really good copper jewels, so it's nice. And obviously this is only a 200 amp machine, so she's not going to be spanking it proper. In comparison, that one to, I'll show you the difference with the earth clamp that is on my workshop machine when I use it. So just give you a bit of a size comparison. That baby is a 500 ampere. There we go, helps if I get it in shot. So a bit of a difference. And obviously that one is for the workshop machine, which is a 350 amp capacity machine. So this cable as well is has 50 mil, and the Kempe comes with 25. So still good, still fine. Does exactly what it needs to do for the machine. I'll just strip that out of the way. up there. Yeah, so again, the earth lead is about 3 meters long. I'm just going to clamp that on there out of the way. You get a little bit of quick guide with it. Not much in here, not much to be said. And if you're a decent chap and a welder, you'll be well on the way to knowing what you're doing once you get it out of the box. And that's the thing that's missing from this video. I couldn't be bothered to do an unboxing video. Which welder out there wants to actually see a cardboard box in the machine getting out of it? Nobody does. They want to know what the machine's like for purpose. So yeah, just a bit of basic info on how to load your reels, different size reels, where the main switch is. That one there, this is a UK European machine. Originally comes with a 2-pin Euro plug. That gets chopped off, and that's on a 16 now. Yeah, so I've got 16 in the workshop there for this. Quick connect gas on the back, gas hose. I can't remember what I've done with that. Oh, it's up there. Where is it? I've put it somewhere. Don't know. You all know what a gas hose looks like anyway. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so quick connect gas hose for your shielding gas. That's the machine end, proprietary from Kempe, and I put airline connectors on these end, and I can then snap it on and off my bottles as I want them, which does make life a lot easier. And also, when you want to use the machine with just flux core, you don't need any shielding gas. A few other little pictures and things in here, just basic operation instructions for doing the various it's only got 2 modes, manual or synergic. And yeah, so we'll put that to one side in true AVE style. We don't need that. In a minute she'll shut up and go back to sleep, so while she's doing that, I'm just going to open up the side and we'll show you a tour inside the guts. Pretty good, well made side this, and the materials that Kempe have used are good. Nice big orange button on there to open the side up, and bang, you're straight into the machine. I'll just bring you down a bit closer down here now. I'm just going to hold the camera like that now. One-handed job. So it's a twin roll feed with interchangeable roller on it, and I'll just pop this one open on the bottom. There you go. Bottom drive pinch roller moves out of the way. Top one is reversible. This is currently loaded. Comes standard with 0.8 and 1mm wire, which is fine for what I'm doing at the moment. And then you've got your usual tensioning marks there for whichever type of wire you're using. Polarity change down here, plus and minus for reversal for flux core. And there. And then you've got your just standard attachment for your 5 kilo reel. This will take maximum. So in American, that's about £10, isn't it? £11, and it will also take the 2 kilo reels, the small stuff, as well. So that's about a £5 reel. Nice and light, decent quality plastic as well. ABS door, I think ABS plastic, and nicely laid out. A bit of room inside for a few spares. I've got to just keep a few spare tips in here. I've got a little rotor brooch carton. I've got a there we go, spare shroud. You don't want to see that, and that's the size of tips they use, M8, and I just carry a handful of 0.8 and 1mm for now. I have bought as well the aluminium kit for it, which is again loitering up here on the other side of the workshop. So this is the, let's turn it up the right way for you, there we go. That's the liner that comes with the aluminium kit. So firstly, yeah, I should point out that this machine came from Rapid Welding in the UK, very good service. I didn't want to get it from them originally, I wanted to buy it from one of my other local people, but they hadn't got one. And this job came up and I needed it, so there we go, they won the deal. With the aluminium kit you get the liner, and I bought a reel of Lincoln Super Glaze MIG, what is it, 53-56 wire. I haven't used it yet. That's going to be a bit of a project over the holidays when I get a chance to. I need to remember to get some argon gas before everything shuts again. So right, let's shut that up, and we'll go around the back. Pull this round. Now she's bashing away, making a racket. There we go. Now look, if you turn around, she goes back to sleep. That's good. So, snap connector for your gas. What have I just done with that gas hose? Just put it down somewhere. Yeah, so snap connector for the gas hose there, and the main switch at the back. There we go. That's what you get having a long day. So she just literally just click on, click off. Perfect. Nice, decent hose as well. Good quality. It's about 6mm bore, a 12mm, so 12mm outer. Fan output at the back here. Hardwired mains cable. It's a 1.5mm HO7 mains. Really good quality. Nice, flexible. Proper strong, proper resilient to all that lovely abuse that us welders tend to give the machines. So let's just bring you in a bit closer to the front. I'm just going to move that over the back there. Shift that earth clamp out of the way so we don't fall on it. Right, so let's have a look in the front. I'm just going to bring you down a bit here. Bring you into the front of the machine. So at the moment, as you can see, the screen doesn't give you a massive amount of information, but it's enough for what you need. We're in automatic mode at the moment, so Synergic, and she's I'm just going to bung her back into, just going to put her back into steel mode just for now. So in steel mode on Synergic, you've literally two controls. This one is just a case of setting your thickness of material that you're going to weld. 5mm maximum on Synergic program, which is pretty bloody decent for a small 200 amp machine. I've had her chucking out at 185 amps so far. Now, when you're at that level of welding current, you should be running 1mm wire. But I was just messing around the other day with it and just burning out some 0.8mm rather quickly. Yeah, she's quite good. The duty cycle on the machine is very good. I can't remember exactly what it is now, but if you have a look online, Kempe's website or any of the stockists, they'll show you there, and it's decent. For what most people will need, you're not going to be spanking a machine like this on big stuff. This is designed for mobile repair, small repairs, brackets, getting you out the proverbial, keeping the machine in the back of the van, and away you go. So yeah, so 5mm thickness there, and if you go the other end, coming right the way down to the other end of the scale, she's quite happily, she will run right the way down to 0.5mm thick, which is like I was doing the other day on this fire exit door. It was rotten car body territory. I got it running at about 1.2. And it was absolutely fine. It was great. I was using a lot of pulse in the trigger to just tack into the very, very thin material. And I was grab this bit of stock down here. I was just running just repairing with some 2mm thick mild steel. So yeah, it was good. Right, so other controls when you're in the automatic mode. This one is just for your inductance. So you can see this little screen here. At the moment we're in 0, so we can go to -10, oh sorry, -9, so you're going to have much more fill on there, and that will affect the speed of your wire as well, so that will increase. And then also coming back the other way, we can drop it right back down, get a very, very flat weld for your fillets to +9, and again it will affect. So in general, in what we call equilibrium position, where are you, 0, it's good, and it's the Synergic program. It's very nice. Display up here is showing what gas we're using. So we've got CO2, argon, CO2 mixture. So I'm on argon CO2. The gas I use for all my work is Argo Shield Universal, which is from BOC. And I know a lot of you out there will go, oh, BOC, it's really expensive. Da, da, da. It's not. It's actually really good. I've compared them to a lot of other suppliers, and for what I use, it's fine. I don't need the use of big 5-foot bottles. I have a smaller one. I can't remember what size they are. I think it's an X or something like that, and it's absolutely perfect for what I need. And I can make it. I use a bottle of that every 5 months, something like 4 to 5 months, depending on what I'm doing. So next line down, you can see there you've got the 3, 0.6, 0.8, and 1mm wires. Millimeter gas. That tells you what your gun's going to be doing. You've got your rollers there, roller symbol, which is your meters per minute for your wire speed. You've got your voltage and your current, and that's it. So it's nice and simple. For those people that want a machine that they don't want much hassle with, they want a display and they want to be able to just plug it in when they get to site, hook up the gas, put the hood down and weld. It's perfect for it. My other workshop MIG, which is down, I will show you it now, because let me just see if I can do that. There's the beast down there. That has very limited displays because of what it is, and that needs a little bit more. It's a bit like a traditional step MIG transformer machine, where it's more onus on the welder to know how to set the machine up by sound and sight, and also experience. So these machines are a little bit more forgiving, I suppose. Button here, automatic and manual. We can switch it into manual. We've got manual mode 1 and manual mode 2. I haven't had played much with these yet. I'm actually going to download the proper manual, which you do from their website. But again, this is just basically putting it into a manual MIG. You can now adjust your voltage there, and you can adjust your wire speed. So these two knobs just change their jobs really. As you can see here, wire speed and voltage. So S and U, yep, on there. So her top end on manual voltage, we'll warm that all the way up. You can see it's going. So we're into silly territory here. 26 volts. Now that on my 26 volts on my big machine, I would be pretty well in the region of spanking about 235, 250 amps on 1.2 mil wire. And the wire speed, this is going to be right the way up. Top end, it's going to be absolutely wanging it out, and it's the kind of thing you'd be looking at for doing thick plate, and we're talking 12 mil upwards, multi-pass runs. Yeah, and then obviously other way we can obviously take a right down. I guess this program is more suited for if you've got more experience and you are doing something you want a little bit more control on, maybe awkward materials, thin stuff, etc. So there we go. So that's a manual mode. You've got manual 2 as well, so I think you can actually have 2 different programs for manual, 2 different settings, which is obviously quite cool. If you're doing, jumping between 2 little jobs. And if we just jump back into automatic mode, I'll show you as well what else we can do. So the material here, we can do FE, so normal steel. We've got SS, stainless steel, aluminium, great stuff, haven't had to play with that yet, and MIG brazing, so that's the copper magnesium wire, which I haven't had a chance to play with yet, surprisingly, although I think I will start using that more with some galvanized jobs I've got. I believe that's better for heat control and also deals with better penetration for that sort of dirty, filthy, horrible material. And again, you've got those controls. So it's a nice bright display. If I just knock this light down a bit, there you go. It's a bit slightly better contrast. It's well lit at night. There's no need to worry about having an extra light. In fact, we can just see how that works as well if I knock the workshop lights off. There you go, nice and bright. You're not going to miss that in the dark corner of the world. I know there are a lot of other machines on the light switch gone. Down thing, there it is. I know there's a lot of other machines on the market that are currently saying they've got the brightest display and blah blah blah. Fine, great, that's fine. But my eyes are absolutely fine. And you're not going to be using this machine where it's 30 or 40 feet away from you on massive extensions. It's going to be next to you, so it's perfect. Weight wise, she's about, with a roll of wiring, we're talking probably 15 kilos, 16 kilos, so it's still really portable. It's really nice, and there's no extra bells and whistles on it. Couple of decent, let's just raise you up there we go. Couple of decent points on the top there for a shoulder strap or attaching the cables. What I tend to do is when she's in storage or going into for transport, I tend to roll the roll the gun and the earth lead up, and then bang a cable tie around there and hold them onto the side, and it's absolutely nice and perfect. You can get trolley for them as well. Kempe make trolleys, which means you can move your gas around along with your trolley, and your portability if your back's not very good, which we all know that as welders go, the gas cylinders are heavy. Now this is good. You unplug it and turn the mains off, and the fan runs for quite a long time. Now, those of you out there probably don't know why it does that, and I can tell you, it's a good indication of how decent the capacitor bank is inside the machine, because that fan was then running just purely discharging the capacitors and the other electronics, so that's quite good. Some machines, cheaper machines who don't have that, you unplug them, they don't do anything, but this machine does. Yeah, so there we go. Little video for you, Sunday night, only 20 minutes. I'm just getting into the whole YouTube thing now. If you like what you've seen, please hit that like button and click the subscribe. That would be really cool. And maybe if you want to just put the bell notification for when I do the next one, that would be really appreciated. And if you want to look me up on Instagram, it's Rose Ironworks UK. You'll find me. I'll give you a bit of an inkling to the logo. Back down, there you go. So Rose Ironworks UK. Yeah, so take care, everyone. If you've got any messages or comments, please put them in the message box below, and I'll gladly answer them. Constructive criticism welcome. Unconstructive comments can go and swing it. So, as our illustrious internet god would say, keep your dick in a vice. Cheers, guys. Bye.